I am enjoying the journey. Okay. Now I have made an inspirational speech called Live the Dream. And it's about the journey of producing your dream, your goal. First it started out as a dream. Now, if somebody would have told me that I was going to be an ordained minister, an artist, a life coach, I would have looked at them 13, 14 years ago and laughed. But the dreams is in your heart, you know. You don't even realize at times that the dreams are in your heart. I didn't realize it. The people that have came into my life started that dream, you know. Now, I'm going to give you two examples. The first example was I had joined this church with two women pastors about 7-8 years ago. Now, that was the journey to my being an ordained minister, but at the time I didn't know. You understand? I thought, well, you know, well, I don't know about that. You know, because they did tell me, they asked me to join their church as a minister to get ordained to join them. And I was like, me? No, that's not possible. I'm not ready. No. At the time, I wasn't ready. But the dream was already in my heart, and I didn't even realize the dream was in my heart. And so, as I look back now, I'm like, wow, I'm an ordained minister now. But they the one, God put them in my life. Well, at the time when I didn't know, that was my path to become who I am today. Okay? Through that, I became who I am, you know. I got the experience. That was my first real engagement of talking, of giving sermons every Sunday at that church. So that, again, was my start of my journey. As far as me being an artist, I used to get paper. That was my stress reliever. At the time, I used to just start sketching, whatever. I used to have my children go out and get leaves and little berries and stuff, you know, and so I could make artwork out of it. And they will tell you, you know, that I will have them, even in the rain a little bit when it's drizzling, go get me those leaves right there. Oh, I like that. You know? And I would do my artwork. Come to find out, that was my path for me being an artist. Okay? That was my journey, so to speak. And now look at me. I have my art online as magicamana.com. Okay, again, we can have dreams in our heart and don't even realize it at the time. We think it's just a little hobby, because at the time I thought my art was a little hobby. Now in 2005, my cousin and I, we got a studio together. So it became a reality for me. See, turning a dream into a reality, okay? So that was the start. But my cousin and I, we, you know, rented this studio at Market Street Art Gallery. And everything became surreal to me. I'm like, wow, am I really doing this? Is this going to be my path? But come to find out, you can have more than one dream and don't even realize it. Because all that surging inside of you of trying to find yourself, of trying to be like, okay, what should I do? I have all of this inside of me, but what should I pick? My suggestion is just go with the flow. Whatever is what the most things that's urgent in your heart, go for it. Go for it. Don't hesitate, because we can always be our worst enemy. We don't need other people to be a dream blocker. We can do that ourselves. We can be our worst enemy and block our own dreams. We don't have to have nobody else to come do it. But this is where it gets a little crazy. Your environment, number one. This is what it can happen. It can be your environment, the people that you're in. I had to make sacrifices. If I wanted to become the person that I am, I had to be willing to make sacrifices, meaning to make sacred. You're going to have to let go of some people. You're going to have to let go of some things. You're going to have to let go of some habits that you feel that, well, why should I have to do that? You can't have a full hand and expect to have something new. You got to let go. That's part of the universal law. You got to let go in order to receive the new. You can't be having 2 fists full of things and not willing to let go of them. Sometimes people are like leaves. They're temporary. A lot of times, some people in your life is not meaning to be the root of the tree. They're not meaning to be there along with you on your journey. You have to let some people go. And it may be a hurtful thing, but if these people is not meant to be on your journey as you progress, then you're going to have to let them go. Because in order to have a dream, in order to turn it into a goal, you will have to have certain people, certain atmospheres. You understand? You can't keep hold to the same thing. That's just like Jesus said in the Bible. You cannot put new wine in old wineskins. Meaning, you can't have the old mixed with the new. It won't work. And a lot of times we as human beings, we don't want to face certain things. We don't want to face what we call the word. Now this is the word that people are scared of. Challenges. Okay? People have that fear-based mentality. They be like, challenges, oh my God. Oh, I don't want to, no, I don't want to deal with no challenges. But little do people know, and I had to realize this on my walk, on my path, is this. Challenges is not bad. They are not bad at all. It's a way that you look at them. Now, I used to have that fear-based mentality. I used to be like, oh my God, that's a challenge. I don't want to face it. I used to back away from it. But now, I embrace the challenge. Because the challenge is what is going to make your dream come into a goal to make it come into a reality. That's what challenges do. It's a diamond in the rough. So whenever a challenge come up in your life, embrace it. Ask. See, the thing about it is you got to ask questions. Why is this challenge here? Is sometimes a challenge come when you overlook things, when you think you have everything together. See, that's the thing about it too, living in an illusion. Sometimes we as people, we all think we got it going on, we think we have it together, and all of a sudden, bam, out of nowhere, something happens to throw you a little off balance. That's what a challenge does. It just throws you a little off balance so you get back on the path. Okay, that's what a challenge is. Don't ever fear about challenges. Challenges, they are to help you, to embrace, to give you knowledge of your path. That's what a challenge is. Never fear a challenge. It's to make you better. All the challenges that I've had in my life have came from when I thought I had things going on, when I thought I had it right. And then this challenge come and it knocked me off. And I'm like, oh man, I thought that was something I was missing. That's what that challenge brought to me, information of what I was missing. Okay? But now I'm going to give you 2 examples of challenges, of how these 2 men from the Bible embrace their challenges, because we are talking about challenges here. All right. The first example was a man called Nehemiah. Okay? Nehemiah, God put in Nehemiah's heart to build the temples of Jerusalem. At the time, there was a war. It broke out. So Tobias and his friend came to Nehemiah when he just started building the temples of Jerusalem. Tobias came and said, Nehemiah, come fight with us. Why are you doing this? Why are you building these temples? Again, criticism. That's what you got to deal with too when you have a dream God put into your heart. Criticism. So Nehemiah kept on doing what he's doing. Another thing you got to realize is focus. You got to be focused on anything that you do. Okay? Meanwhile, every day, Tobias and his friend will come to the temple while Nehemiah was there trying to do something that God put in his heart to do. Here he go, trying to get him off balance. Trying to get him to do what he wanted him to do, which will fight a war that God didn't want Nehemiah to fight. He wanted Nehemiah to focus on building these temples of Jerusalem so the people will have some place to go. Okay? So every day Tobias and his friend will come and torture Nehemiah to try to get him off track. But you know what? It didn't work. The plan didn't work. Nehemiah continued to build the temple like God put in his heart to do until completion. So don't let no Tobiases come into your atmosphere and try to knock you off balance. Don't have that critical. And see, another thing is that critical mind. Sometimes your mind can tell you something. Sometimes your mind can be like your worst enemy and tell you what you can't do and put that fear-based mentality in you. Don't never let that happen. I don't care. Not everybody's meant to understand your dream. Not everybody is going to understand you. Not everybody's going to like you. That's the way it is. You cannot please everybody. Whatever God put in your heart to do, you go ahead and do it. Another example from the Bible is Moses. Now, every Easter, everybody know about this story, the Ten Commandments. Everybody's famous and know this story about Moses. Moses was born of a slave. Okay? But Moses was grown up and brought up in Pharaoh's house. But he didn't know at the time he was from a slave woman. So at the time, Moses thought he was part of the Pharaoh's family. Until he found out, until the Pharaoh's son got jealous of Moses because of the attention that his father was giving him. So he told Moses, about what was going on. So Moses went down to where the slaves was and tried to help them. He tried to save them, but he couldn't do it alone. It wasn't his time. But he was abolished. Once the Pharaoh died, his son took over and became the Pharaoh. Okay? So he told Moses that he could never come back, okay, to Egypt. So now, one day, here go Moses, walking with the sheep and everything. All of a sudden, he heard a voice connected to him. He went over, it was a burning bush. The Spirit of God, the energy of God was in that bush. So he told Moses, I would like for you to rescue my people from Pharaoh. All of a sudden now, this was even scaring me. I'll be like, wait a minute. Moses was like, but I can't do that. He started having doubts. Another thing that will stop you is your doubts. Moses started making all kinds of excuses. I can't speak right. I'm shy. I don't know what I'm doing. How can I do this? How can I rescue all those people? He's looking at all those people. He's not looking at the bigger picture here. That God chose you. God sees something in you. He sees the strength. He sees the compassion that you can be a leader of these people and you can do it. So Moses went and took the quest upon his heart because he had that hunger already in him. But God, what he did, just brought it out more. Okay? So Moses went to the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh kept denying him. No matter how many diseases, no matter what he did, Pharaoh had a hardened heart. So he was not giving in so easily. Moses did not give up. No matter, and the Pharaoh put him through some things. He put him through some things and even made the people, the Israelites, suffer even more. Building bricks without water and mud. That was torture in itself. You know, oh, you can't, you don't need no water to build that mud, because you know with the straw back in the days how they build the bricks with the straw and the mud and stuff. Pharaoh's like, no, you don't get no water, you don't get no straw, you build it. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But this is what Pharaoh did to get back at Moses. He figured Moses would give up once he keep torturing the people and taking things away from them. But Moses didn't give up. And what it is, no matter what, Moses, what? He kept his focus. He didn't care what kind of challenges. See, those was challenges the Pharaoh gave Moses. He gave him all kinds of challenges. But Moses still stood his ground. He was the strong root. He grounded himself. No matter what Pharaoh did, he did not give up or give in. And this is the attitude that we have to have. And you already know what happened. Moses ended up rescuing the Israelites from Pharaoh. Okay? That's what happened. Moses had faith. He stayed focused like Nehemiah. When God put a dream in your heart and you know it's there, you got to keep your focus. No matter what challenges, no matter what happened to your kids, no matter what happened in your environment, no matter what happened, you still got to keep focused. And I want to read something to you about, because I wrote this about the innovators and stuff. You know, I wrote this in my speech. Okay? And I say this. Think of all about the men and the women, the innovators, the explorers, the dreamers that follow their heart to make their dream become a reality. No matter what, they stayed focused and grounded. They did not let fears or doubt overcome what they had in their heart and the spirit to accomplish. These people held strong to what they believed was not deemed even possible, nor did they let anyone talk them out of their true mission to make a difference to themselves and to the world. For some, the journey was long, challenging, again, challenges, and questionable. We all question whether we can do it, whether we're going to accomplish this because of the challenges. But they did not give in or give up. No matter what storms of life they faced, they prevailed and the doors of opportunity opened. If these men and women that came before us, the inventors, the innovators, the explorers, and the dreamers gave up, what will we be able to enjoy the miracle of their greatest creations? We wouldn't. Wonder if these people, our ancestors, and these people end up being like, oh man, I don't want to do this anymore, and they just gave up. Where will all of us be at? We wouldn't really be nowhere. But we got to learn, take inspiration from somebody that's strong. Take inspiration. Do your research. If you want to make it, and you have a dream in your heart, I don't care if the dream is like you want to be a clown. A clown makes people laugh. Laughter is healing. Sometimes we let family dictate to us about what we should and should be. Okay? Because sometimes we try to follow the traditions of family. No. Your father was a minister, so you should be a minister. No, your father and your father's father used to be in the army. You should be in the army. See, we're so busy trying to follow traditions, we don't want to hurt our family's feelings, but then it's another calling upon us. It's something in us that want to do something different. But a lot of us live miserable and unfulfilled lives. Because we're trying to be and do what everybody else wants us to do, instead of being true to ourselves. God made every one of us unique. If me personally, if I was to listen, even now, a little negative come at me. If I was to listen at everybody, what everybody's opinion about me, personally, what anybody had to say about me, I wouldn't be where I am now. I wouldn't have took the course that I took. Because people, if you allow them, they can be a distraction to you. They can knock you off balance if you allow them to. They will knock you off course if you allow them to. I wasn't allowing nothing to get in my way. Don't mess with Cheryl, because I'm a hungry lion. I will chew you up if you try to get in my way. Because God put something in my heart. See, a lot of people, they don't even believe that I'm a minister, ordained minister. They like, what? Because of what I used to be. See, a lot of times, and another thing that we allow people to do is throw the past up in our face. Okay? I know what I was in the past, but that's not what God made me now. You understand? And see, we let that past stigma get into our mind. And we feel like, oh, we can't do this. It's not the environment. I grew up in the ghetto, okay? It's not the environment that you came from. You do not let the environment dictate to you what you're going to become. I don't care what you come from. I came from the worst from the worst. But look at me now. This is what I'm saying. Look at me now. I did not let the people dictate to me what I should do. I did not let my environment dictate to me what I should become. I knew I was different. I knew I was unique. Yeah, I had my insecurities. Okay? Another thing, deal with your insecurities. Be truthful with yourself. Okay? Do your research. Be truthful. Number one, this is how you're going to get it. Because I took the steps. Number one, I had to be honest with myself. Okay? I really wanted to know deep down inside what was inside of me, what I wanted to do. Okay? That's number one. Number two, I had to give up some people. Number three, I had to definitely give up some habits, okay, that was going to hinder my growth. People and habits and insecurities will hinder your growth. Once I did that and I started letting some people go, it was like, she thinks she all that. No. God think I'm all that. See, I got to answer for all that. See, when you come with negative, I'm going to come with positive to you. I don't care what you think of me. I don't care if you hold the past. That's you holding it. God didn't hold it. God forgive me for everything I've done. Because I forgave myself. If you don't forgive yourself, then how can God forgive you? At the end of the day, who you going to answer to? Yourself or these people? Who you going to live for? Yourself or these people? People can tell you anything. I don't care what you try to do. Somebody always going to have something to say. Somebody always going to talk negative about you. I don't care what you do. You can be like Mother Teresa and somebody's still going to have something negative to say. Okay? So at the end of the day, the confidence got to come from you, not people. People don't make you. God made you. You are unique. Okay? I am unique. A lot of people don't agree with my methods or my belief. And that's another thing. You got to check your belief system. What you believe in. What you believe in that's in here. Check your belief system. That's another hindrance if you allow it. That's another hindrance. Okay? It's your belief system. What I found out is this, and I'm about to hit y'all now. What I found out is everything, most of the things that I was taught growing up, as I got older, I started researching some things, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold up now, that's not, no, that's not true. You know, because I felt in my spirit it wasn't right. So, regardless of what you grew up and how you grew up, you're going to find some things different if you go and research. Not everything your mother and father told you was the truth. That's a shocker. People are like, You know it's real. You know it's real. But see, I'm bold enough to say it. See, I'm a bold one. See, God knows I'm adventurous and I'm a bold one. I'm a bold as a lion. I'm going to question some stuff. Okay? You can't just tell me that tree is green and I'm going to believe it. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to examine it. I'm going to touch it. I'm going to do whatever is necessary to know what that tree is. Okay? And don't feel bad. Your parents didn't know no better. They only followed the roadmap that their parents and their parents before them gave them. So please don't get mad at your mother and your father and your family if they didn't tell you the truth, because they didn't know the truth. You can't blame them. You understand? Just take it and be like, okay, I'm building a new roadmap. Okay? Now, I have curses, family curses and stuff that's in my family, but I want to make a difference. I want to be a good example for my children and my children's children. Okay? Somebody got to start somewhere. So I'm the one that chose to be like, okay, I'm going to make a difference. I'm not going to let these family curses, the environment that I came from, or how I was raised, is going to hinder me from doing what God put in my heart, the calling that God gave to me. Because I'm going to be better, and I'm going to be the example for the next generation. Hey, I may start out the gate in my 50s, but honey, I'm enjoying the ride. I have more peace, more confidence in my life than I ever had in my younger days and in my 20s. Okay? Because I feel good. As long as I can walk, I can talk, and I can breathe, I can do the purpose that God has given me to do. And that's to reach out to people, to help people that has been in my position and worse. Okay? Because I can understand where they come from. I can understand the insecurities. Because I've been there, done that. I done been there, done that. So this is what I'm telling you. I don't care what your dream is about. You can make a difference. Okay? We wasn't put here just to survive and get a paycheck. We was not put here for that. You did not take form to be on this earth where God put you at just to get a paycheck and to survive. That's not, no. That's a lie right there. You was put on this earth to do more. Okay? You was put on this earth to be of service to others as well as yourself. You wasn't just put on this earth to be like, oh, let me see if I can get the newest style or whatever. No, you wasn't put on this earth for that, or trying to keep up with the Joneses, or trying to be all in this competition of looking good. Man-made clothes. Clothes don't make the man. Man-made clothes, okay? You don't let nobody, put you in a category. I ain't let nobody put me in the category for nothing. I'm my own unique person. I'm going to serve God. Okay? God comes first in my life. A lot of people, you got a lot of atheists, and be like, oh, I believe in God. I don't believe in that. Whatever you believe in, whatever works for you, work it. That's what I'm saying. Work it. Another thing that I wrote, I got like a couple of other things that I want to express to you. I was writing about how some people come from this country, okay, and they don't have anything. Can you imagine? See, some Americans have like a negative attitude when it comes to foreigners coming in this country. I don't feel personally, I don't feel that they should have that negative attitude, because everybody deserves to have a chance. You understand? Everybody deserves to be free. Okay? If they couldn't get the freedom and stuff in their countries, they come over here to make a better life for their children and for themselves. So Americans need to stop having that negative mindset about all these foreigners coming over here, they doing this, they doing that. But you don't see the big picture here. You don't see the suffering and the pain these people have brought with them to this country to make them strong. It's that suffering, it's that pain that make them who they are, that make them hungry for a better life. Okay? And I wrote something. And I said, think about this. When these people come to the United States from other countries, most of them come with barely anything but hope and a dream in their hearts. These men and women have a limited mindset. They come with an attitude of strength, a determination to be the best they can possibly be. These men and women take advantage of all opportunities that are presented to them. These brave men and women will do anything and everything possible to bring their dream into a reality. If they have to work 2 or 3 jobs, share a 1-bedroom apartment with 18 family members. I've met some of these people, so this is why I know what I'm talking about. And I wrote this to inspire, and they inspired me to write this. They are willing to make sacrifices, meaning to make sacred, to live what they call the American dream of freedom of choice. Some of these men and women and children that have come from other countries have endured hardships of war, poverty, and disease, losing family due to these hardships. These things that we take for granted, such as clean water, freedom of speech, these people see these as gifts. They come with humble hearts to work hard, to get a good education, to plant the seeds to start a business. These men and women want to give their family and themselves the best life they can. But remember, with these men and women, it all started with a dream. That's what it all starts with, a dream. And they want the dream so bad to come into this country to better themselves. They will do anything possible. And I want to ask y'all this. What are you willing to make sacred? What are you willing to sacrifice to make your dreams to become a reality? That's what you need to really be honest with yourself. What lengths are you willing to go to make your dream to come a reality? I had to go through some very hard challenges. I had to really face what we call the dark night of the soul, meaning yourself and your insecurities. Believe me, that wasn't easy. Who want to face that? I didn't want to face myself. I had to really look at myself and be like, wow. Some certain things I didn't like what I saw now. I didn't really like them. I'm like, ugh. You know, I wanted to run, but I didn't. I did. And there's one more piece of advice before I close that, I should have took it out my folder. But, my folder's over there. I'm a little nervous still, but, once I start talking, the nervousness really goes away. But there's another piece of advice I want to give, especially to the young people growing up, because my generation is different from today's generation. It's all about technology and texting and all that. But that's another talk. I got an idea for another talk, but this is my advice is this, and what I wrote. At one time or another, all of us has gone through repercussions for our actions. I had to learn the repercussion of my actions. Not finishing high school. Now in my later years, I'm playing catch up in the interest of my education. I had to learn about repercussions, about not taking care of my health when I was younger, not getting my 8 hours of sleep, smoking, partying, drinking, causing minor health problems in my later years. I believe it's never too late to take care of yourself. When you are young, you do not think about repercussions of actions. You're taking that moment in time. Most of the time you're thinking you got all the time in the world. That's how young people think. They don't think about getting old. They really don't think for so much of their future. Okay? But not realizing time is passing right before you. I used to cut school, come in and pass the test. And that's what really, had the teachers like, how can she cut school and come in and pass all these tests? This girl got something, but she don't know she got it. And at the time, I didn't know I had it. I was just doing that just to do it. I wasn't really thinking. The teachers back then seen I had potential, but I chose to be in the street life. Okay? I thought school was boring, which I did at the time. I used to be up there like, oh, please, I don't want to hear that. I was drawn to the danger and invention and excitement of being bad and rebellious. Most of the people that were my friends at the time have gotten killed, died of overdoses, and AIDS. There are only a few of us today living. Believe me, if I could turn back time, I would. Sometimes it takes you to learn at a later stage in life of the early consequences of your thoughts, actions, even your words. Some mistakes you make early in life do come back to haunt you. Believe me, they do. That's why as you are growing up, you get a certain age, you can be accountable for your actions. I have a message for the younger generation, and this is it. I want the younger generation to know, don't take your life for granted, number one. Life is like a whisper in the wind. You are here today and gone tomorrow. Be all you can be. Take every opportunity as if it was your last. Make a difference not only for yourself, but for others. Take full advantage of the here and the now, which is the present moment. The present meaning, if you look at the word present, it means gift. So people really don't look at that word present, but it means gift. God gave you a gift of life. That's what the present means. Take full advantage of the here and now. As I look back, I did not really appreciate my time when I was younger, and I did. When I was younger, I thought I had all the time in the world, until, here it is, until one day I woke up and seen that time did not wait for me. I looked in the mirror, the years done came upon me. Time eluded me and took my youth with it. That's the moment I awakened from the illusion. Sometimes I do wonder if I took a different path, how my life would have been. I am grateful for the person that I am at this present moment. But once in a while, I do wonder, because you're going to do that, because you're only human. Even though I may not be where I want to be, but I am enjoying the journey. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey of what you go through and how you go through it and learn. Before I close, I was at Art Fellows one night, and I was doing the paperwork I have to do when you volunteer there. This girl came into the office, and she looked, because she used to stare at me, and I didn't know why, I don't know whatever. And she told me, she said, she stopped me, and she said, I could tell you've been through hard times. I looked at her, I'm like, really? I looked that bad. The human side, that ego side of, the vain side of, whoa, I must look that bad. And she was like, and she started laughing. I made a joke, and she said, no, I could tell because you have a humble heart. I was like, wow, thank you. She said, I could tell you went through some hard times because you will not be as humble as you are if you didn't go through those hard times. That brought a tear to my eye. For somebody to recognize that part of me, that right there said it all. The hard times, don't take it as a curse. Don't take hard times as suffering. Take it as a gift, because you will humble yourself. It will make you humble. It will make you wise. It will make you look at life like you never looked at life before. My journey, I don't see life the way I used to see it. I see it with different eyes. It's my spiritual eyes that I see life. Things that used to bother me, I'm still a work in progress, because I can be demanding, but that's that part of me, that's that inner strength. But I'm here to share with you today is this. Take your negative, because you got dual realities of self. Take your negative and make it your strength. Whatever negative that you have inside of you, take it to be your strength. You can use it to your advantage. Don't let that negative energy take a hold of you and stop you. Do not let your insecurities take a hold of you and stop you. Don't do it to yourself, because time waits for nobody. Make a difference, not only in your life, but in somebody else's life. Make that change, make that difference, because I am. It's not about me. It's about what God told me and put into my heart about what I should do to serve my purpose. Anybody that I can help, I help. You understand? Again, I didn't know about the dream I had in my heart. People used to come out of nowhere. They used to tell me their problems. I'd be like, what the? I don't want to hear this, because at the time I was so into myself and insecure. I'm like, oh, whatever, shut up, But I didn't tell them that, They used to come by me and just start telling me about their problems and stuff. See, every experience that I have been through from this moment on have been a journey of me becoming the ordained minister, the life coach, the artist, of my creativity, of me writing a book. All of that has been of the journey. And I look back and I could really actually laugh. You understand? And I tell my kids, I said, listen, you're going to look back at these times that you think is hard. You're going to be rolling about them, just like I am. I am laughing. I'm like, really? Dang, if I knew that, I would have took another chance, or I would have been nicer to that person if I know that they would have helped me on my path. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you is this. Enjoy the journey. Don't look so much don't pay attention to the destination. And remember this, another piece of advice, every action has a reaction. So every action that you do here and now in the present will affect your future. Don't let people tell you, oh, the future ain't here yet. No. Believe me when I tell you, every action that you do from this moment on is going to affect your future. So be careful and think first before you do an action. Be careful and think about that action and how it's going to react. Do a lot of thinking and ask questions. See, I'm a nerd. I research some mess. I will get a book. I will research it until I can't research to the pages for a while. I ask questions. Ask questions. Don't be afraid. Some people feel like if they ask questions that they stupid. Don't put, that's an illusion. That's another negative mindset. You understand? Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to be your true self. I feel bad. A lot of children is getting tormented and teased because they're afraid to be their true selves. So they try to fit into society realm of how they should be. No, God did not make you like that. God made you to be unique. Embrace yourself. Embrace your trueness. Don't be like in a box to be like society wants you to be. Be who you truly are. Be the person that God has made you, not what society dictates to you what you should be. And I'm telling these young people today, be true to yourself. Don't worry about if you want to wear green or pink hair, well then wear it. I'm wearing blonde. Be your true self. And that's what I'm going to end this with. Be your true self. Be who God wants you to be, not society. Thank you.